The Torre Agbar Tower located in the 22 Act district of Barcelona. We interviewed a few people and here are their thoughts on the tower.
Yeah, it's different, as I said, different with colors and magic, with lights, and so different.
Era bonita.
Sí, atractiva, sí.
Me da un poco de corte. Yo diría que no.
No?
No.
¿Segura?
Segura.
In 1997, French architect Jean Nouvel had won the bid to design the Torre Agbar Tower. The inspiration for his tower was based off of the mountains at Montserrat and also the form of a geyser. The master plan would consist of green spaces, new facilities, activities, housing, infrastructure, and new public spaces. A key feature of the 22 At district would be to increase the density. Based off a 10-10-10 rule, for each parcel there would be 10% housing, 10% green spaces, and 10% urban productive areas. Based on the 10% rules of the 22 Act planning, you can see in the front of the tower the green space over here, which is a direct result of the tower and all the urban sprawl and activities are surrounding it. During while it was being constructed, what did you think?
A new building that maybe it was interesting for the city, like a famous architect. The architect was famous. I think something new changed the look of the area.
What did you think?
En el área.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevo viviendo aquí en Barcelona?
Sí, en esa área.
Aquí 49 años, los que tengo.
¿Y cuáles fueron tus pensamientos acerca de la torre mientras que estaba en construcción?
Pues a ver, en principio cuando estaba en construcción parecía que iba a destacar muchísimo, que iba a romper mucho la forma del barrio, que era muy diferente.
The tower is relatively different from its surrounding neighbors in context. The tower being built in 2005 differs from most of the landscape and has such a close proximity to its neighbor, the Sagrada Familia. The tower was controversial to many Catalonians because of its phallic form, its close similarity to Norman Foster's The Gherkin, which resided in London, and also its close proximity to Sagrada Familia, which many felt the tower did not respect Sagrada Familia's presence. The Catalonians were a very proud group of people. Antonio Gaudí, designer of Sagrada Familia, was Catalan. From 1936 to 1975, Francisco Franco was dictator of Spain. He persecuted the Catalans up until his death in 1975. While Franco was dictator, the only way people were able to speak Catalan was at soccer games. This inspired the colors for the soccer team and the flags, both are which inherent in the Torre Agbar Tower.
¿Usted piensa que hace parte de la cultura catalana?
No, no tiene nada que ver.
¿No representa nada?
No,
Even with the colors?
Ni con los colores ni nada.
no, porque está hecho después, mucho después y Cataluña tiene muchísimos años ya ¿cómo es? De historia.
¿Usted piensa que la torre ayuda al turismo del área o de Barcelona?
Bueno, de que adorne el área sí, porque por el área no hay ni no hay ni una Sagrada Familia, no está en el casco antiguo, o sea, es atractivo.
¿Usted piensa que esta torre ayuda al turismo de Barcelona?
Hombre, yo creo que igual puede ayudar, pero si el turismo solo viene por la torre vamos mal.
Barcelona's airport traffic and growth rate have seen significant spikes since the tower is being built in 1999. The tower and the 22 At district have created many new jobs, companies, and attractions in the area. The The tower is engaged in many locals' and tourists' everyday life. One reason being because it is so close to metro stops that it is visible from all directions. Another because the metro stops are such close proximities to the tower, as well as the main roads being all around the tower.
Queda bien centralizada donde está, no
Bueno,
como
yo-
sobresale,
No, yo creo que está bien centralizada y además sobresale, sí.
pero es bueno para la ciudad, ¿usted piensa?
Sí, bueno, para la ciudad, la zona, digamos, sur, pues no, porque no se ve ni nada, pero para aquí, del centro para el norte, sí que está bien visualizada y sí, la gente le gusta verla, cambiando las luces, cambiando colorines y todo esto, sí, está bien.
Gracias.
Bien.
Que hace parte de Barcelona, queda bien en el contexto de la ciudad.
Bueno, ya yo creo que es un elemento característico ya de la ciudad.
Gracias.
¿Ya está? Vale, que vaya bien.
To Barcelona?
Yeah, it's a different or new area. This is where it fits the Torre Agbar. I like it.
Peralta is a tourist visiting the city and is able to shed light on the way a tourist would react to the tower.
Icon of Barcelona, and it's also a representation of the Catalan people. So the Catalan people identify themselves as either from Catalan or from being from Spain, depending on who you speak to. They normally stand out by the way they speak and their mannerisms. They do have a different language here, and some of the signs are in Catalan or in Spanish. So the Torre Agbar also stands apart as kind of a singular icon of Spain in its form, where it's very different from anything else built in the area around the beach. So you'll kind of see that there's like a kind of a similarity between the Catalan people who stand out as, you know, also part of Spain, but something that's very different. Where the Torre Agbar is also another thing that belongs to Spain that identifies it, but it's also something that's completely apart.